Hi, this is my fifth time filming this video, and it's getting so frustrating. But I'm doing the review on Cold Mountain. People just will not shut up in this house, and it's driving me crazy. So, hopefully, I'll get through it without having to stop it again. But Cold Mountain stars Jude Law, Nicole Kidman, and Renee Zellweger. And it had Donald Sutherland as Nicole's father and Philip Seymour Hoffman. And it has cameos by Jena Malone and Giovanni Ribisi and Ethan Suplee and Taryn Manning and Emily Deschanel. And I'm sure there are more in there that I just didn't recognize or that I'm forgetting, because there's a lot of random cameos in this movie. And Natalie Portman, I believe I almost forgot about Natalie Portman. She was in it too. It's kind of like, there was kind of like random people in this movie. Jena Malone was really random. She was extremely random in this movie, and she lasted like less than a minute. And then Giovanni Ribisi played Frank Jr. in Friends, and then Ethan Suplee, he played Frankie on Boy Meets World. And Emily Deschanel from Bones, and Taryn Manning from Orange is the New Black. I was kind of like, these people, all of them were kind of like, I don't know, like kind of randomly put in there. But it was kind of exciting because it's like, oh, I know who you are. And it was kind of fun. And I'm sure there's others that I'm missing. Because I'm frustrated right now because I've tried to film this 5 times, so I'm like kind of over it. But this movie is hard to watch, but it's really important and it's crazy. But like basically it's the Civil War, and there's this group of men that are supposed to be protecting the South from the North, but they're not really protecting anybody. They're kind of overusing their power, abusing their power, and hurting and killing people, and it's so disturbing and it's scary. What has going on is they're doing so, or men would run off. A lot of them, they're injured. A lot of them, they just couldn't mentally do it anymore, so they left. And so they were pretty much being hunted down by this group. And I don't even think that they were just, I think they were basically using it as an excuse to kill people, because they said if they found a soldier, that a family was hiding a soldier that had ran off, that they would kill them and take their land. So they did want their land. So I think that was just like a BS. I don't think they cared whether or not the soldiers ran off. They just wanted an excuse to kill people and get their land. Because one of the men, the leader of the whole thing, his grandfather used to own their land that everyone lived on. So he felt like, because his grandfather owned the land at one point in time, that he should be, what is it? He was, I don't remember, I can't think of the word, entitled. Yeah, he was entitled to the land. Even though people owned their own property on the land, he still felt like, oh, I can take it back, it's mine. So he and his gang of evil people, they were hurting people. And there was one family that they really showed everything that they did because they were like one of their main families, and it was so upsetting. And I can't get the images out of my head because it was so disturbing. It was so disturbing to watch, and upsetting, and too real. It was really real. And the soldiers were not like good people. A lot of them were not good people. They're not saying they were all bad, but they kind of wanted to tell you and show you what some of the soldiers were like, because they were not all good people, and they did not all deserve honor. So a lot of them abuse their power over women, especially over women, with rape and abuse. And sometimes killing them because they wouldn't give them what they wanted, like food or shelter, or they want to sleep with them. So they kind of did awful things, and especially the group that was supposed to be like the good guys, they really did awful, awful things, and it's so sad. It is a really sad movie, and I'm not a huge Nicole Kidman fan. I think she's kind of her movies are kind of boring, but this one, I was so interested in it. It was like the edge of my seat, and it was. But I feel like you need to watch it. I feel like everyone should watch it to get a history lesson and to understand that how some things came about and how it wasn't always a good way of doing things. Um, it's an important movie and it's really well done. It's like over almost 3 hours, but it's so good. Renee Zellweger, she won an Academy Award, and she was so good in this movie. Um, so I recommend it. It's really is kind of hard to watch. Um, I can barely stand a lot of what was happening, but I'm glad I watched it, and I'm glad that it's left an impact on me because it's been a long time since I watched a movie that has done that. So I'm glad I watched it and I got something out of it, and I learned a lot from watching it. So I think you should watch it. Even if you're like, oh, it sounds too much. It is it's a lot, but I feel like you need to uh, get the full effect of what was going on during that time. So that is all. Give two thumbs up, and that is all. Goodbye.